All right, then we back. A day before Errol Spence takes on Carlos Ocampo for the 147-pound welterweight IBF Championship of the World. And I keep getting the question: what happened to Yordenis Ugas? Why didn't Ugas get this fight? Because Ugas was supposed to be he fought in the title eliminator versus Ray Robinson. I'm gonna explain that in a minute. It's the Box Clinic and more. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon as well. And we on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can check those links in the description if you want to donate. PayPal link is there as well. And the reason this happened is because the reason they sold Ugas and Ugas paid these sanctioned body fees to potentially line up to fight Errol Spence. You know, and him and Ray Robinson was supposed to be a title eliminator. But Carlos Ocampo was already fought in a title eliminator, was opposed to versus Konstantin Pullmar. But Konstantin Pullmar pulled out the week of the fight with Carlos Ocampo because Top Rank wouldn't reschedule this fight where his trainer and coach, Abel Sanchez, can be in his corner fight night. Abel Sanchez was having another fight somewhere else, and he told them to make it a different day so Sanchez, could make the fight and be in his corner. Top Rank didn't, so he waited till the week of the fight, and inconvenienced Top Rank and flew back to Russia. Carlos Ocampo had to fight a late replacement. Therefore, he still was the mandatory for Errol Spence. Now, what was believed and what was believed to be understood was that Carlos Ocampo, his handlers, knew he wasn't ready. And Ocampo said, yeah, he couldn't fight in June, or he didn't know if he was ready. Ultimately, Team Carlos Ocampo figured that was too much money to pass up, and this is an opportunity that they may never get again. They chose to enforce their mandatory spot and face Errol Spence. Now, Ugas was ranked at number 11 to 12, but after he fought Ray Robinson and paid the sanctioned body fees to IBF, he shot up to number 2. Now, he was the backup plan, so they had him fight Ray Robinson and pay sanctioned body fees because they was lining him up to fight Errol Spence first. That's the fight they wanted, but they had no idea that Carlos Ocampo would elect to fight Errol Spence and take that title eliminator on because he was seen as more of a prospect, and in this weight class as well as a lot of other weight classes for the IBF is very, very scarce and lacks a lot of top-end talent. So, nobody believed that Carlos Ocampo was going to fight Errol Spence. That wasn't the belief. The belief was that, we know Ocampo ain't going to fight him. We're going to line up Ugas to fight, Earl, and that'll be a mandatory so Earl can go ahead and face Danny and Shine or whoever, Keith Thurman, and don't have to worry about fighting a mandatory. So we want to have him fight 3 times this year so he can get his mandatory out the way, and then he could just do voluntaries. And a lot of people, was reading that and thought that's what it was, but Carlos Ocampo threw a monkey wrench and he said, you know what? I know I said I'm not sure if I was going to be ready by June, 16th. It was supposed to be June. It had no date, but approximately June 16th, he didn't know he was going to be ready. He said, you know what? Forget it, man. I'm not going to make this money nowhere else. I may not even get back to this level again in boxing, so let me go ahead and take that check. And him and Konstantin Pullmar was a fight that I was looking forward to. And I was mad as hell at Pullmar when he pulled out. When I read the story, I'm like, all right, that was Top Rank trying to bully him into a corner. But, ultimately, Ocampo stepped up to the plate. He want to get his chicken. He want to get all his bread. You know what I'm saying? And Ugas was the fight that people wanted to see, especially after Ugas dog walked Ray Robinson. And he beat up Thomas Delorme as well. So, he wasn't even supposed to get the Delorme fight. Delorme was supposed to fight Sean Porter. Porter pulled out with a family issue, quote unquote, and Ugas got in there and he put his career right back on track. And that's why you getting Ocampo over Ugas. And if it's deemed that Sean Porter and Danny Garcia are not going to be ready for Errol Spence's 3rd fight this year, he might end up fighting Ugas and knocking out 2 mandatories and be able to ride it out for next year and fight who we got to fight to become a unified and undisputed champion. But that's just some good thoughts right there. I wanted to clear that up with a lot of y'all and let y'all know I want to put that information out there, man. And I appreciate all you guys, listening. And you can inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The username or links are in the description. You can go ahead and hit me up there. And any video requests, any installment you have, like the Duck Chronicles or the Acceptable Duckers or Who Got Next, any ideas y'all might have for the channel, I'm an open book. I do video requests as long as it ain't no crazy, stupid stuff. I do video requests more than boxing, basketball, football, food for thought, intellectual, politics, different stuff, as long as it's not like race baiting type of things. Like I said, we got the the prediction for Carlos Ocampo, Errol Spence is in the archives as well. I did it Monday. And like I said, man, we trying to grow this thing. And shout out to the Lions Den boxing community, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Smoke City Mobcast Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Wednesday, I'm going to be on there as long as everything lines up. So make sure y'all subscribe to the Smoke City Mobcast. One time for the one time we gone.